The Halo television show has been a dream come true for franchise fans. We've been hoping for a live-action version for years, but no one's ever gotten it quite right. Now the Halo television show has come and mixed things up completely. They haven't completely stuck to gaming canon, and they've revealed a lot more than the games ever did, so let's check it out, and see some more Halo news. But warning, massive spoilers. First up, revealing Master Chief's face. This is one of the biggest questions right from the moment that it was revealed that the Halo television show was gonna happen. Would they reveal Master Chief's face? Are we ever gonna get to see him without his helmet? Why was that such a massive question though? Because it was a pretty big deal in the games that we never get to see Master Chief with his helmet on, ever. But how would that work in the show? Would they try to humanize him more? There was a big hype around the entire thing before the show even started, and they revealed his face right there in the very first episode. But it did kind of make sense in terms of the story because he took it off to help earn Quan Ha's trust. But it was just so quickly that it felt a little, I don't know, anticlimactic. After all the build-up and so quickly, it was revealed. Fans of the games have gone through 20 years of seeing glimpses of his face, and we all expected them to, also build the reveal a little bit at least. Many theories believe that the show would finally reveal his face, but we thought it would happen later on, possibly only in the final episode, but that ain't what they did. Why would they reveal his face? Fans of the games were already wondering about the show and how it would fit into the world of the games. It was always clear that they weren't planning on keeping it precisely the same as the game, since the creators did say that it wasn't going to be canon from the very beginning, and the face reveal made it really clear that they would not be sticking to the story of the games. But they could have had a lot of reasons for the face reveal. In the show, they need the fans to connect to the character on an emotional level. I mean, it's more than just a game character. People need to start caring about him as a human, and not just this super soldier that we already know and love. Taking off his mask is going to help with that. For the actor Pablo Schreiber, he also needs to show a bit more emotion. I know Master Chief doesn't feel a lot, but he'll be even better portrayed seeing his face. When he's inside the helmet, he has his voice to show emotion, but it's an issue that many other fans have mentioned. Since it isn't the same actor playing the part from the games, he doesn't sound like how we're used to him. And showing his face might have distracted from that fact a little bit too. So I guess we're just gonna have to see if his fans are gonna be able to get used to this new side of him. Next, showing even more. We've established that the show is willing to show Master Chief without his armor, but they took that fact to an entire another level in a recent show when they showed him without his armor entirely. Anything. The scene showed the building relationship and the trust between Master Chief and his holographic partner, Cortana, who's voiced by Jen Taylor, the same actress from the games. But then it wasn't really the moments between the two characters that caused the stir. Instead, it was the fact that we got to see Master Chief's chiseled butt. I mean, it wasn't just like he ripped off the armor for no particular reason, just to show off his body. Nothing like that. Instead, he realized there was a bullet launched into his back, and with the help of Cortana, he managed to do a self-operation and get the bullet out. Just like with his face reveal, the butt reveal was also met with some mixed reactions. Some were completely on board with this one. They didn't mind getting to know a little bit of the Master Chief a lot better. Others felt like the moment was just a little bit weird. Either way though, I guess we don't have to wonder if the series is going to be willing to show us exactly how the Master Chief looks. They've already left very little to the imagination. And now, characters over combat. The Halo game franchise is known for its massive action sequences and fight scenes. Most of us have had times when we were stuck on a certain fight sequence without being able to move on. Naturally, we expected the show to have loads of massive battle scenes too, but so far there really haven't been that many or at least as many as we've expected. The first episode did have a pretty great scene though, and it felt like it would come straight from one of the video games, but overall, so far the series seems to value character over combat, at least for now. We've all started to really get to know all of our favorite characters a lot more than we ever would get to know them in the games, and it feels like the first season is almost like a prequel to some of the games. Like they're just starting to lay the foundation for what's to come on later in the series. Since the show's already been renewed for a second season, they're gonna have plenty of time to build on that foundation that they've just begun setting. So, have you been watching Halo? Are you a fan of the games too? How do you think that the show is living up to the expectations for the franchise that it came from? Let us know all your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. We would absolutely love to hear from you. Next up, we're going to check out the possibility of more action in the future, some of the changes that might be coming, and a whole lot more. So, stick with us while we check out all these details. Finally giving us what we want. The first season's been a lot about the characters of the series, and not necessarily about the massive epic battles. The show's pretty good, but we've been missing those. The battle in episode 1 showed us how cool they could make it, but they didn't show us any more massive fight scenes until episode 5, when they finally gave fans everything we'd been, hungry for. During this episode, we got to see a lot more of Master Chief and the UNSC, and we got to see him take on a Covenant strike force. It was so packed full of cool moments that it felt exactly like it came from the games. Like the moment that Master Chief hijacked a Covenant Banshee, it kind of reminds us all that it isn't just a show about games, but also a story about beating all the odds. Seeing the fight scene was really fun and worth the wait, and hopefully in the future we get to see a lot more fighting. This is already a big show with a massive budget. Reportedly, it's cost about $10 million per episode to produce the show. That's pretty huge. And a lot of it's because they've had such massive sets to make the show come to life. It costs a bundle, not leaving a lot for combat moments, but as the show progresses, they'll already own the sets and they can just reuse it. Hopefully that's going to make it cheaper to refilm or film certain scenes that leave some cash for better, cooler combat moments. Next up, how Maki is going to change things. Maki in the shows has completely earned everybody's trust, even that of Master Chief, but she's got her secrets. She was kidnapped and raised by the Covenant as a child, and she's now been implanted inside the UNSC as a spy. Everyone trusts her, and that's really going to change, just how things are going to work out. One of the greatest battles of all times in the games is the Fall of Reach, a huge battle between the humans and the Covenant. Now in the game, it's one of the moments that leads to discovering the first Halo ring. In the game timeline, the Fall of Reach was centered around capturing the planet, something that the Covenant did manage to do, but it cost them a lot, and it kind of turned things upside down, because after the battle, the Covenant was never quite the same again, and they needed to regain their strength. That gave humans the edge in the war, but things are set up different now. This battle might be completely different from the one that was in the game, and when this battle does happen, it'll probably be focused on the Keystone and Maki. The Covenant wants to get them out. Their objective will seemingly be different, and that's going to mean that the battle probably won't be as brutal, and the Covenant might not have as many losses as they had in the game, leaving them a lot stronger than expected. Will it have the same outcome? We hope so. In the game, the outcome of the Fall of Reach was that Master Chief located the Halo ring and traveled to the site, and then he battled for it. But this might change thanks to Maki, as she'll probably become a great nemesis. Are you excited to see a lot more from the Halo TV show? Let us know, and thanks for watching.